Alex. How you doing?
Welcome to the City Show. Today we got one of a kind guest. He's full of energy. DJ Nacho, thank you for being here today
It's a
on the
pleasure.
City Show. It's an honor to
Thank you
have
very
you.
much.
So,
Thank you for
so
having me.
DJ Nacho is a world-renowned DJ, originally from Argentina and where else?
Representing in Spain, yeah.
And Spain. And clearly you're going to represent the one team that makes a difference in all the World Cups. Argentina with what's his name again? That famous football player,
Messi, Lionel Messi.
Messi.
Yeah.
Messi. One thing about Messi I don't understand. I figured this guy would want all the attention and he'd go down to Miami. This guy's in Fort Lauderdale, which is the
He's in
sleepy
Sunny
version of
Isles. In
Miami
Sunny
in
Isles.
South Florida.
Yeah. He's in Sunny Isles Beach on the
Oh, he's
Porsche Design
he's in Sunny
Tower.
Isles. I thought he was in Fort Lauderdale.
No, it's a little bit up north, but yeah.
Okay, got it. Understood. Um, so tell us a bit about your career. For our audience to know about how you became this, pioneer and this leader in the world of, in the world of DJing, electronic music, house music, and so on. How did you become such a big name in the space?
So it all happened in Miami. If I'm gonna be totally honest with you, I never had in my plans to be a DJ. I always been a producer, a singer, a rapper, a guitar player. But then when I moved to Miami, basically every Argentinian guy that every friend I had over there, they were all like underground DJs, right, for house music. Some of them were like already big, but it was like back in the day. We're talking about 6 years ago, and I guess just being friends with them, it just basically happened. I don't know if I like a chameleon became one of them or if they made me one or what happened, but I started like seeing what they do, and then I went one day to Guitar Center and I saw one of those pin-up post like little things where you take one and it said like DJs wanted, paid training, upbeat personality, great singers. And I grabbed one of the things and I'm like, are they gonna like pay me to be a DJ? I'm like, I'm in, right? So I leave a voicemail and they don't answer, but they call me 3 days later. They want to meet me. I'm hired on the spot. They give me $3,000 worth of equipment to do karaoke's all over South Florida. So basically, I started performing in like 20 different venues, and like 4 months later, I get one of the bigger boards, a bigger controller, and I'm going solo. And and then one thing led to the other. I was like performing, in a few restaurants, nightclubs, and whatever. As many gigs as I always say the same thing, as many gigs as I can, right? And and then I happened to run into a celebrity DJ in Miami, and
Can we ask you who that is?
yeah, it's a DJ Nano, yeah,
DJ
and
Nano.
yeah, and with him, like literally, we started making mansion parties, yacht parties. He taught me a lot, and it went boom, like like from that day, it was just, I ended up performing for a lot of rappers. For some of them, I will be called. For some of them, it will be on the spot or like randomly. For some of them, it will be private.
So you
And
had
then,
rappers hire you to DJ for them privately,
yeah, oh yeah,
just for a party, not for a special event or anything like
for like
that.
a for like a yacht party, yeah, for
So
yacht
I mean
parties
that
or like
that's
a
got to be an
mansion.
amazing honor to be a musician and to have a musician that's made it at the top of the food chain, in rap or hip hop or pop or whatever, to hire you as an electronic dance music, house DJ
Yeah,
for
I
their
mean,
private events. That's a big honor.
yeah, in the beginning I will be a hip hop DJ, but nowadays I changed my sound completely to more like future house and EDM and future rave type of sounds. But yeah, it is an honor. Like I remember driving and seeing these hip hop songs with these two rappers, and I'm like, wow, this song is a banger. To then, like a few months later, I'm like, I see the same song, the same names, and I'm like, I met him. I DJed for them. Like it was just like, wow, yeah.
And what kind of stuff happened at those parties? You don't have to name who you DJ'd for, but can you share us a little detail on what went on in those parties?
Well, I guess a lot of alcohol and women, I would say. That's kind of like the hip hop scene. But yeah, mostly like just fun times. I never experienced nothing sketch. You know what I mean? Like just
You kept the illicit stuff out there, though. If there were any drugs, your eyes don't see, don't tell.
no, no.
But you're
I'm actually living the sober life. So I don't drink, I don't do drugs, and it's clarity of mind. I go to the gym, I go to church. So this changed everything. I'm not gonna lie.
so that I think that's a very fascinating thing for you to be in the scene that people associate with drugs and substances. Whether that's warranted or not. The idea that, electronic dance music and house music are played, at, major festivals, major raves, and drugs are omnipresent at these kinds of events. And yet, the creator of the life force that is experienced at these major events is perfectly sober and leads a
Yeah, I
clean
mean,
life. And
it's
I'm
literally
curious,
a
I have a question for you, if I may, just one question, if I may.
go ahead.
I associate that kind of music with being better with substances than without. For better or for worse, it's beautiful music, but it just sounds that much better when you're under the influence. So my question to you is, how do you do it, and how do you perceive it? Or do you appreciate the music just for the music itself, irrespective of how it fuels major events?
So I want to say one thing. I feel like our job as DJs is to be able to heal people through our music, keeping them all together, dancing, and kind of like guide them in a little musical and spiritual way. And in order for us to heal people, we have to be healed ourselves. That's to begin with. Like, if I'm up there being a mess, then it's just gonna go down on spiral. But if you're there, like actually on it, being really there, without any influence, it's overall a better experience. Like, there's less anxiety. You actually have more energy, which is like you might think, yeah, I mean, you can have a Red Bull, you know what I mean? You can have an energy drink, but I believe that the music itself is great, and like the tunes that you can hear or that I make, I'm extremely satisfied with them, and I listen to them at all times, even when I'm showering, like when I'm driving, like I don't need to be drinking or doing drugs to. Sorry about that. I
No, no,
guess
no,
I
no
have
problem at all.
a little studio here with a lot of computers, and when somebody calls me or stuff, it rings like crazy. I hope it
That
didn't
might
stop the live.
that might just be the moment that goes viral. You never know.
um, but yeah, like I'm actually super happy to enjoy it as it is. You know what I mean? Like it's just good. When something is good, you don't need to push it more. You know what I mean?
And do you blend different music genres within the music that you create within the like EDM house
Mm-hmm.
music? Do you
Yeah,
take
I
rap
would
and
say
hip hop pop influences and incorporate it? Maybe you could tell us a
depends.
little bit about that.
Yeah, it depends on the venue, like if it's a private show, if it's, bro, I've done it all. I've done celebration of lives, like you can call it a funeral. I've done, yeah, parties, corporate parties, weddings, bar mitzvahs. I've done um, restaurants. Um, yeah, I've done depending on the client sometimes, or depending on the venue, you go different, right? Right now, I'm currently preparing a festival set that I'm recording in less than 2 weeks. So not next weekend, but the other one, the one after. I have my friend Herman flying in from Fort Lauderdale. Actually, you were mentioning, to come do a multi-camera here with the setup. And yeah, like this new set that I have, it includes parts of things like for little bits, but it's mostly I want to say like there's songs like most of it is future house. There's one or two, three maybe that are like techno, more futuristic, more like super like festival. Like I want to say like David Guetta or Morton, on their project they have called Future Rave. There's some of them that are Latin house, which is including some like Latin music, Latin lyrics, girls singing. Some others are like a little bit including some hip hop, some rappers. There's something called Texas rhythm, which is something I learned here in Texas, which is like the wah wah wah, like the dubs type of music, which is like a harder dubstep, I want to say, and and then I have a song that is trance because I love like old school Tiesto, and I wanted to make a song of the set to be like that. So there's one of the songs that is drum and bass. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm between what it is electronic music. I'm switching a little bit, going back and forth on this 25 new set that I'm doing that I'm going to perform in Miami next weekend actually.
And where's the venue in Miami?
Oh, it's a private mansion party in Kendall, and we're doing a little yacht party, like back to the good old days. So
How many
yeah, no
people are going to be
venues,
there?
mostly private. So for now, yeah, I'm just literally focusing into heading into festivals from now on. I have over 1,000 shows on me, and you know, I'm trying to take it to the next level. I'm doing everything I have to do to take it to the next level, and no one can stop me. So we're gonna be there.
There's only a way up, right?
It's,
There
it's
ain't no
only up
coming
from
down.
here. No.
So I think the fascinating thing about you, DJ Nacho, is that you combine, your I think the interesting thing about you, Nacho, is that you combine festival performances with private performances, at a very high level. Obviously, doing it for very special, international, music stars and so on. And you must have a tremendous amount of exposure, having these two experiences, and you get to make music you get to see all sorts of people across different levels of society enjoy your music. Do you have any take on the idea that music is democratized and it can appeal to people from different walks of life, regardless of socioeconomic background, regardless of of age, gender, etc. What's your take on that?
I mean, I'm a strong believer that, you can say that music has been all written already. People might get viral by doing a little thing different, but like everything has been written since like years ago. Um, I believe, there's different audiences for different types of music. Um, I guess it is a little, you know, like a monopoly, I want to say. Like there's like always these memes saying like it's always the same 20 DJs that are playing. You know what I mean? And that's something I actually wanted to talk about, how I feel like, there's so many good artists and so much talent, right? And a lot of people, maybe they give up because they want to be like those superstars that maybe they have been doing it for 20 years and they don't know, or maybe some of them are overnight success. But I can tell you based on my experience that this takes a lot of work, a lot of commitment, and it's all about not giving up, because it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get to the top. What matters is that you don't quit, because when you quit, it's over. And I had a lot of reasons to quit. I had a lot of disappointments, a lot of people betraying me, people using me. The industry's dark. People will abuse you, people will make you work a whole gig and then do their best to not pay you or try to not pay you. Like, but then, the more you do it, the more you know how to move around and how to keep going, trying to make it the most enjoyable experience and not, having bad moments, I would say.
If I can ask this question, are there some criminal elements in the music scene that oversee, organize, parties, major festivals, and the like? And, we're not pointing any fingers, but just in a general sense for the audience to understand, are there nefarious forces that control how this industry is played out?
Well, man, you just gotta watch some YouTube videos of all the coolest artists, and I guess you'll be able to answer that question yourself. Like there's a lot of like double meaning on there and a lot of things, and a lot of, it happens with a bunch of songs, whether the genre, whatever genre it is. You listen to country, all the songs talk about drinking, and you listen to hip hop, all the songs talk about smoking and popping pills and doing drugs, or you listen to electronic music and it includes pills and some lyrics. um, I want to say, a lot of people, especially young crowds, they hear that, and they're like, oh, I want to do that. I want to be like that, or like, and I'm talking based of experience. This happened to me too, all right? Like I'm not talking here like I'm like some sort of like visionary. Um, but yeah, like I believe like a lot of the things that are pushed by major labels and stuff are like very dark, you know,
Organized
probably meant to
chaos.
keep people numb, to keep people numb. There's nothing more dangerous than a human being that is actually sober and that is able to do and have clear thoughts of whatever they want, they can do every day. But what happens? You get into social media and then it's like, oh, it's Friday, let's drink, or like, oh, I'm not gonna have a drink today, 10 minutes later, or like, different reels were like showing you how many drinks you've been having all night and stuff like that. And it's like it's always there. I feel like, you know when I believe in God very strongly, very firmly, and if you believe in God, you know that the devil is there, but like it's not that the devil it's there in some sort of like demon form or shape. It's the demon, the devil is like that little voice that tells you, oh, just have one drink, it's gonna be fine. Or like that devil is that little girl like talking to you at 4 a.m. in the morning telling you to come over. I follow some people on Instagram to get huge in business, get huge in clarity and sobriety. And yeah, shout out to all of them. They inspire me a lot. And yeah, I want to say that it's all about being able to not listen to that. The hardest part is to maintain the focus. But if you're able to do it, I was able to do it. It's the best. It's the best. And then, of course, you go through those little things where, now I'm sober and I see all my friends and all my people like just getting wasted, and it hurts you because like, you don't want to see them like that. But it's a common norm in today's society where like everybody just drinks and do drugs, and it's super sad, honestly. But I was one of them. I'm not gonna act like an angel here, but yeah, I always say, I wonder what the world would be like if there would be no alcohol and no drugs.
DJ Nacho, I was also one of them. And I was, every weekend, it was an excuse to just go all out. And it was a prize and a reward. And I think I understand why people do it. People, as you say, they want to numb themselves. They want to forget about their problems. They want to entertain themselves after, putting on, a week of hard work. It's kind of a treat to be able to get, shit-faced drunk or take some drugs. But when you actually get out of that fucking cycle and you're able to be free, truly free, where you don't depend on any substances and you're not giving that to yourself as a reward. I think they call it the Pavlov's dog theory. There's the whole concept of reward and punishment. But if you don't associate the drink or the drug as a reward anymore, then you're truly free. And you could truly focus on what you want to achieve in life. And I think that there's a lot of people that have come to realize that and have unshackled themselves from the prism of drugs and alcohol. The thing is that you touched on is that there are nefarious sources out there that are controlling the world, that are controlling also what we listen to, what we absorb. In terms of, the movies that we watch, the music that we listen to as well. And it's not a secret that if the music is a little devilish or highlights some dark human undertones or dark undertones of the human experience, they're able to control the masses, keep them scared, worried, anxious, just generally afraid to live and to live a positive life. So, and unfortunately, it happens at a very subconscious, unconscious level. So, even if you tell someone, man, that music you're listening to is garbage, they're not
They
going
don't
to get
care.
it.
They're still gonna listen to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember this. I think it's "White America," the song by Eminem. It says, it plays through the radio waves for days and days till it stays stuck in your head." Something like that. Yeah. So yeah, it's there, dude. But you gotta be able to enjoy it, and like I said, and not follow that message. Not preach that message. Just have fun with it, but don't follow what it's saying. You know what I mean? Because it's complicated. Of course, there's a lot of genres which is I have songs that have no lyrics. It's just music, right? And those are like, I guess, well, you can see how the EDM, techno, all these is booming up way. Same way with country. How country right now it's like wow, like top. Like it was not like as big as it is now.
So,
And
so how did that
yeah.
happen? How did country music become a big genre?
Well,
What
I
happened?
think
Because
I
country
think
people, if
I
you asked
think
a lot most
Beyonce.
people, they'd be like, I don't like country music.
Yeah, I think Beyonce just won a Grammy for a country album. One of my boys, the A-list producer, I follow on Instagram for a while. I think I met him in LA back in the day, and he's I think the first African American, the first black producer to win a Grammy. You know what I mean in country music. So I'm like, wow, like it seems like some things are changing. So I'm happy about that. At the same time, I always feel the same. It's always it's always the same artist winning a million Grammys. What about giving an opportunity to all the other artists? Like what do you have to please everybody and to just go viral in today's society for people to like put you there? And that's another thing. Everybody wants to see you succeed until you're doing better than them. That's when they start to hate. And a lot
That's
of
fucked
people
up.
don't, I know, and a lot of people don't support you until it's cool to support you. And until it's a trend to support you. So to my real ones, to my day ones that know me since I started with my little boards and I was like DJing all night, even for the free, for no money, or like I will get paid $50 to like rent equipment, like to provide the equipment, and I would DJ there all night. To those people that know me from day one, I say thank you. And to the haters, thanks for the fuel for making me go harder. That's all. And I wish you wouldn't hate. I wish we could all enjoy each other. And there's market for everybody. There's venues for everybody, and we can all be happy. You don't have to like just this cancel culture thing is horrible. So
Fuck the haters.
fuck the
It's that
haters.
simple. And fuck cancel culture. If you don't like what someone's saying, just
Just move
tune
on.
off.
Move
Don't
on.
fucking listen.
Yeah.
So DJ Nacho, wow, you got me thinking.
Dude, we're hitting some deep things here. You got me
Let's
thinking
talk.
too.
Let's talk about groupthink, because I think both men and women can fall prey to the concept of groupthink. There may be some additional pressures, in either group that, in certain groups to be subject to, the pressures of the larger group. What do you think it is about humans that they're scared to think for themselves and that they have to fall into, a kind of groupthink in order to feel comfortable about their thoughts, about their philosophies, about whatever philosophies or thoughts that they're willing to adopt? Why do they have to see someone else agree with it? Why can't they get to a certain point in life where they're like, I'm old enough of an adult, I'm grown enough as a person that I can think for my fucking self. What is it going to take for people to get there?
Well, I mean, I always said it. There's leaders and there's followers. There's people that want to come out and just create new trends and organize events and just, I don't know. I guess it's a natural thing that some people have that some other people don't. A lot of people, I would not say they're scared. They're scared of public speaking. They're scared of, a lot of people are scared of rejection. Like rejection is a big thing. People, like, I worked in sales my whole life. So I know what it is to go try to do a sale somewhere in a business, retail, and get a no, or get like people being rude at you. But then you gotta not take it personal and keep going. And a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people are so talented and they're not even aware how cool they are. But just because they're scared, because of social media, because it's not real. When you see something on social media and it looks super cool, it's just a highlight. Like the person has a life that is not constantly like that. There's a lot of people behind that editing videos to make it look cooler than it is. And a lot of people feel probably like outshine. You know what I mean? Like they feel like, oh, I'm never gonna be like that person. And all it takes is to try to do it. All it takes is to try. And you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail a lot of times, but you stand up and you go harder. You gotta fail in order to learn, right? So just do what you love and be a good person, be a good human. That's all I ask to everybody who's gonna ever watch this. Just try to make somebody happy today. Like go change somebody's lives. Like just try to get somebody to smile. Like compliment somebody in an educated way. Like I feel like there's so much hate around and so much pressure from politics or violence or like robberies, like the news, like so everybody's too scared. And when COVID happened, then like everybody just wants to stay at home now. No one wants to go out. Like everybody's scared to even go out sometimes. And we should all be free. We should all be able to just live life and be happy with each other. And it's not like that. And
honestly, there were some positives to the world after COVID, but all in all, fuck COVID. Bring back the world pre-COVID. Because New York City before COVID was the greatest fucking city in the world. Mm-hmm. No city compared to New York City pre-COVID.
I know. I used to live there.
There are so many places, there are so many experiences that will never come back. That 24-hour New York where you can go to a nightclub on a Monday with 500 people, and it's just one of several nightclubs open on that Monday, where you can go to an event with 3,000 people in a hotel on a random Tuesday. It's that New York was special. You didn't know the difference between a Tuesday and a Saturday. Didn't really make a fucking difference.
The same thing happened in Miami.
7 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to be sober now because I've had enough fun for all those years in New York, to be honest with you. If it wasn't for all those years partying and having a good time, I don't know if it would have made it so easy to lead, the kind of life that I'm leading now, which is a lot more boring and monotonous.
It's not boring. It's not boring. That's another thing. When you go sober, a lot of people, it's like, oh, you're not fun anymore. Or everybody has something to say, but they don't have accountability of what they're doing.
I agree. Listen, you could still have fun sober, but I'm talking about a different kind of fun. I'm talking about the let loose. You don't know what the fuck is going on. You're at a nightclub, you're trashed, you're dancing, you don't even care what you look like, and you're making a fool out of yourself with a bunch of other friends, and you're having a really good time. That's the kind of fun I'm talking about. Which is fun. It's fun while it lasted. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I feel like also I'm 35 years old now, and at some point, you had your fun. Okay, focus now, get more focus, and create better things. I believe personally that I wouldn't have been able to create these 25 amazing tracks that I've done with 25 music videos, visualizers to play behind like me when I'm doing it. Like there's a whole story per song. And I believe I wouldn't have been able to do that like so fast if I wouldn't have gotten completely sober. It would have taken me longer. You know, it's just this thing. Like you can go have fun, get trashed, get wasted, whatever. But how do you feel the next morning? How do you feel the next days? And the older you get, the longer it's gonna take you to recover from that. So at some point you realize, okay, well, like we need to take a break. You know, I don't know if it's like your spirituality or your liver sending a signal to your brain or what it is, but yeah, at some point, you know, I feel like I'm super happy. It's not that I struggle with addiction. My thing was like more of a social thing, but I'm just so happy about how I feel, how I breathe, how I sleep, like the energy I have every day. Like it reminds me of when I was a teenager, you know, and I'm like, wow, I could have lived my whole life like this too, you know, but you know, I don't regret what I've done. You know, I live with no regrets, but yeah, you know, I guess.
So to other people in your 30s, you can be a teenager again by cutting out the booze and the drugs.
Yes, absolutely.
That's the principal lesson here.
Yes, yes, yes.
Absolutely.
If you choose to quit all that, you're gonna feel like when you were 16, 17 years old. And it's beautiful.
And play DJ Nacho's music.
Yes, it's Nacho the DJ on Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud. The YouTube channel is Nacho DJ Vivo, VEVO. Yeah, just listen to the tracks, baby.
DJ Nacho, thank you so much for being here today. It was an honor having you on the City Show. We appreciate you listening in and participating and being a star of the show today. We launch an episode on the City Show every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Spotify and YouTube. And you can follow us on Instagram and on TikTok at The City Show and at The City Show Official, respectively. Thank you for tuning in. Till next time.